Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Carol and Barbara Ward. Thank you for coming. So today's Wednesday. I have a lineup of light beings who would like to come speak to you. So we'll see where that takes us. And I do know a little bit about what they want to talk about. So unless there's any questions that either of you have, we'll set our energy, activating the tube of white light with the violet flame from within around you in protection, and calling on Lord Gautama Buddha to seal the outer 5 inches with his burning flame to allow nothing in to bother you. We'll call in Mother and Father to sit within your heart. And take a breath and breathe that down. Good. Excellent. I will mention our mantra. Good morning, Marby. I am the soul. I am the light divine. I am love. I am will. I am fixed design. And we'll call in all the angels from the angel kingdom and the ascended masters and all those who are living in the universe that are on their path of the purest light. We'll welcome them to come join us. And perhaps that's how Silver Mist heard about us and came. And she is going to go first today. And I will surrender and let Silver Mist begin. I began stating, I'm not used to the transition into your language, but I come from far. At least when you understand, I'm from more of the beginning of time and far, not so much in distant. For I begin to ask you to change your perspective of the world, other beings, and of yourself. So first today, we're going to go to our first topic, and it is your spine. What you perhaps as today know, it is your spine, perhaps a channel of light. And I say to you, there is another whole depth to understand about the spine. While I make words to give you an image, know that they will not truly be the image I give you, but it is from your language I find these comparisons to make. Your spine is truly like beautiful, shiny locks together. Yes, they do have the ability to hold the past. Many are becoming to where it holds the future. And this is a part of your consciousness. There are times when not all are latched. And this is when perhaps, let's say, in the third chakra, you feel lost and you cannot find yourself or who you are and where have you been and how do you feel. Who is this God being? Who is he? And have difficulty surrendering and saying, I believe. So let's begin with a focus here for each of you upon your spine. And if you have imagination, which is always 98% accurate, I want you to see the spine of yours in front of you and see if they are bright, shiny locks and all tucked in and in perfect order. And for those of you who think yes, I say, think again. For here, I am bringing you today to a real cornering of the issues between you and enlightenment, and then for the action of the steps towards ascension. For I do not hear or believe you are any of you told to see the spine in this way. Everyone has had many lifetimes. At this stage, in this group we are sitting today, and this is true yet for those who haven't showed themselves yet, but will one day read this, listen to it, excuse me. So let's say in some life you were imprisoned or put to death for something or another. What happened on the level of the spine would be similar to what you would say was a nailing shut. For on an encompassing level, much wider in consciousness, there was a piece that was shut down. I have seen those who, in its entirety, have been shut down. Now, those people still walk and talk and live, but have difficulty feeling. And if you are one who feeling is difficult, then perhaps listen closer. For today, we are going to inspect, observe, perhaps is a friendlier, kinder word for you, the first 5 vertebrae, locks of light. This is your connection to the greater consciousness of what you all call the mind, and we call it a word you would never understand. So, many of you will find if you go to flip your lock, just simply, they are not movable. So I want to give you a tool which comes from the power of the voice, that which you have forgotten to give power to, and ask simply, open. Interesting, isn't it? You would think it would be something very difficult. First 5 vertebrae open. And I want you to be still, aware of the locks in your spine. And when these first 5 open, not even saying for sure that they're closed, but at least maybe 1 or 2. But I want you to feel the overshowering of high intensity light that begins to come into your energy field. It is an embracing light, a loving light. For where I'm from in the 15th dimension, there is nothing else but the loving light that is like a shower, like an aquamarine experience. It is temperature, yes. It is uplifting. It regains you to a time when you flew and were beyond restrictions of this world. Again, my name is Silver Mist. And in a moment, I can become a mist of silver around everyone. And what does that do? It will open to the allness of that which is held within that vertebrae, within that spine. I have been counseled in my coming here. All in one day would be way too much. So we are looking at the first 5, who are that which are connected to the mind. Yes, where you have a greater capacity of understanding beyond your human world, where you have an ability to deduce and have a shift of perception of that which, who you are, where you are, and what's the truth. So, open first 5 vertebrae and allow that surge of waterfall of aquamarine light to fill you. We have not received the permission to let it open your entire spine. The encasement you are within as a human being would not allow that safely. But no worry, it is fine to do 5. So here we are. I want you for a moment to see if you think differently. If I were to give you 5 numbers and add them together, do you think you would automatically know the answer? It is interesting because you would most likely say yes, and yet I would say perhaps in 2 to 3 weeks you could. First, there is an alignment to that which has been brought to you that you need to allow to occur. You could possibly hear. Things are moving. Do not be afraid. Nothing is wrong. Nothing has ever been wrong. Right somewhere, nothing has ever been wrong. It is a misperception. It is a choice that's made, for you believe you only have one cupboard of choices. and acknowledging the true existence of the capacity of your spine offers, perhaps for your understanding, the right word would be world. And you. Why is it done this way? Believe it or not, each of you, as each of everyone else chose. We could say, what do you call that? The ego. I will figure it out. I will remember. Give me your hardest test. So, here we are, with great wisdom, understanding, and most importantly, great love locked away from you. So as you begin to become, I hesitate to say awake, but on the journey of awakening, you are discovering there is new levels of perception, new capacity in how to see things are. And perhaps here in those first 5 chakras, as the vertebrae, not 5 chakras, excuse me, first 5 vertebrae open. Perhaps like you, TheoSophia's neck continues to click when she turns. It's the unwinding. Have you ever known a release to just take one movement? There are many years of movements, but it has begun for these first 5. I come from a great happiness. I hope you can feel that. Happiness in release, happiness in awareness, happiness in freedom. My name is Silver Mist. I come today to begin with you a new awareness. Is biochemistry involved? There are many words I could speak, but yet you would not understand them. I was told in coming to share with you, simplicity is the word. So, in the end, you will understand. Perhaps from the first 5, you will begin to understand. Perhaps investigation of those vertebrae, and to know they are vibrating. And there is a difference in the vibration now, the first 5 versus every one of the others. And it's like you want to just uplift and never stop. And yet, this is not the world yet that you live in. But I, like others, are arriving to begin to help to change your world to the truth. It has been long enough now for heartache and suffering. And peace will once reign again in the grouping of you as human beings. But I will say you will become much more, for you will awaken that which is spoken of, beyond that which is formed, into the understanding of a great light from no one other than the Holy Father himself and Mother. And as you allow simply in these first 5 vertebrae to allow yourself to be touched. You will hopefully feel the difference. I am here. Mother TheoSophia has agreed for me to work with her. And in that, we will work with those who come to learn. First 5 vertebrae open. Release, let go. Become that which you truly know. Never again to be told the word no. Please for me. I am so missed. Okay. How did you enjoy that? That was very different. She is very unique. Does anybody have a question? Are you still there? Before I go on. It was very easy to get lost in that light. Happiness was certainly a profound addition. And my impression from her is, which I know I never thought that depth of the 15th dimension. And I think there's going to be more we learn about that. But things are changing, and I'm sure you've all seen that in our world. And why would that not mean that we need to change? We need to have a greater awareness. But understand this is your channel as well as mine. And if you did not, yes, and Barbie, does yes mean you enjoyed her or she was unique and amazing? Understand mother and father she works through, so there's nothing to be concerned about. She's going to help you open to another level of experience that most people know. Barbara Ward, how did that feel for you? Very unique experience indeed. Those first 5 vertebrae felt cool when they were filled with aqualight. Thank you, Silver Mist. She was so touched and wonderful. All right. Was anyone uncomfortable? Jules, learning to listen, how did you enjoy it? I don't know if she'll come every time because she'll be observing And no need to repeat what she already said during today if it's still there working on, which I imagine would take a little while. But isn't it wonderful? I guess my takeaway is to realize that we've come far enough that we can begin to see and know that which is beyond us, or the limitation we've placed upon ourselves. Good. Not uncomfortable. Begin seeing very light pastel color. Very good. Let's come together as a group. I'll let you know when she tells me it's time again. And we'll see how the first 5 vertebrae have offered an upliftment to you. For I think we can only see it in that way. It's a positive. It's a freedom. It's an upliftment. All right. Now, person number 2 was Jesus. We haven't talked to him for a while. And give me 1 minute. All right. So let me bring in Master Jesus. It is a welcoming to you, my friends, my sisters, those who've traveled many years of time with me as I stand near you within these hearts. I want you not to forget in this growth that where you become from, the heart and body of Mother, Father, always in its truth. And let and allow it to not become so difficult that it is hard to understand the truth of who you are and all the sparkly mist of light. For freedom is within that, a freedom to have all that you desire, a freedom to be all that you can be, and a wondrous experience that no one can ever take away. So, Classroom Earth 101 becomes the University 201 for those who choose to be a part of that. Here at this place, I choose to make mention of my father and his embrace of the world that had begun and how it chose to have itself be through that spinal column, the channel that you know it to be. And the word clarity becomes alive as each of you now would speak it, because you are in anticipation of the clarity that shall come upon your dedication. But yes, there's still that place you can be where you dawdle and forget and stay where you are. There's nothing that says that's not to be so, for that's how it began, and this is how we know. For all the wound the world that is, there are many different beings of that which is. And whom are you, and whom have you been? Perhaps the sooner known than you think, as you enjoy your friend called Silvermist. For I, as Jesus, still stands next to you, who watches over you as you rest at night and awaken within your families to bring happiness and peace to whom you are. The world is dimensional, so you see, and that what you live in may be or not be. So let's begin to not be stuck in that which is immovable and in a rut. No, there are ways beyond that which you knew, and how to have movement and become truly you. So many blessings to all of you on this day. I wish all the growth that is possible for you to come to you. Many blessings. All right. Again, always so loving and powerful, having an understanding beyond that which we now understand that we know. Carol says the depth of her peace, happiness, and freedom was beyond my experience. Yes, Carol, I believe that was the message that she's trying to let all of us know. Yes, we are more than we think, and we certainly are more than we know. So, any question here for today? I do have a third person, and all I want to do now is run. But I will wait. I will ask him to wait, for I feel we are in a good place. As for us, the weekend is near, and you have much to contemplate. First 5 vertebrae, let me see. Each hand has 5 too, and each hand and toes. It's going to be, and maybe write and take notes as what comes to you, as another level of the mind will be unraveling. Yes. And perhaps you'll get some memories of how they got shut down. That would be powerful also to know. Good morning, Cavell. Well, I think this might be one I have to tell you to go back and listen to. It was very powerful. This new master teacher, Silver Mist, came and I would say gave us all a lesson. And I think you wouldn't want to miss it, but that's a choice of yours. Yeah. It was different, very unique, but very evolving at the same time. So I'll give you all a few minutes if you have a question. And I do not believe she'll come every time, so it's not like you can tell your friends to come, but they can certainly come to this video and listen again as I'll put it up. Meeting with Silver Mist. She is a master Silver Mist. sometimes people have a remembrance and know that what she speaks about and how they grow. I have a rhyming piece in me, and now I need to let it go. All right. No questions? So, what a wonderful gift for a weekend. Like I said, if I were you, I would take notes as you unravel. What this is going to do is give you a good training on feeling yourself and hearing yourself and the experiencing of you, which is always a great growth that most people don't take the time to do. So Jules says, interdimensional realities are not out somewhere through the darkest space, much closer. Yes, such as you and me and all of us. And darkest space, I wouldn't say, because she was great bundles of light. It's all perception, don't you see? All right. So have a few wonderful days. I'll be here on Monday, and if you want to speak to me about what's coming by then, you can. But I don't anticipate her returning that quickly. All right. Many blessings to all of you. Have a great weekend.